Hello, my beautiful people, pretty ladies, pretty women. Welcome back to Pretty Girl Rich Era. Today, we're talking about why it's so important to be selfish in your life. And no, I don't mean selfish in a negative way. I mean choosing yourself, valuing your time, and protecting your peace. Because if you don't, nobody else will. Now, this video, I'm going to have a few clips inserted from other creators, but I really can speak on this myself because I've learned from experience. I don't know who decided to make women and little girls think that they're supposed to be there for everyone. But no, if you're watching this, I hope you're 18, 16, 13 right now watching this because you need to know as early as possible. You need to be selfish with your time, with your energy, with your life. You need to be selfish because it's your life and you can't get it back once that time passes. Also, don't be selfish in a nasty way. Not like that because if you benefit from someone, then someone also needs to benefit from you. Don't just take. Don't be a taker. Be a giver and a taker. You know what I mean? So let's get into this first clip.
You need to be more selfish. Being selfish is your gateway to success. I want you to think of every successful person you know. Are they worried about what other people think? Are they worried about letting people down at the expense of their own health? Are they broke because they refuse to invest in themselves but invest time and money into everyone else? The answer is no. Selfish people understand that there is no prize for constantly putting others before them just to be seen as nice. Selfish people realize that you have to isolate yourself from the opinions of the world and decide that what you want and need to accomplish is more important than prioritizing everyone else's needs before your own.
All right, so we started out the video with an OG. As we can see, she has a lot of wisdom on her and she is carrying herself so well. That creator basically said there is no prize for being selfless. It's no prize. You can be selfless in a good way, but there's no prize in being there and putting others before you put yourself. There's literally no prize to that at all. So you should be selfish because you can't get time back. Once it's gone, it's gone. The 20s, your 20s, oh my goodness, your teens and your 20s. You cannot get that time back. I feel for the little kids that have younger siblings and they have to take care of their younger siblings while the parents work or while the parents go out and club or do whatever, go hang out and chill out. I really feel for them because they cannot get that time back. And I feel like those are the people that actually grow up to be selfish naturally because of what they had to go through when they had no choice. And a lot of people like to make those kids out to be the bad guy, but no, they're selfish for a reason.
I only applied to Yale and graduated magna cum laude. I only applied to one remote tech job and got it with a psych degree. A couple months in, I received my first raise, and then just last week, I received another 14% increase. Been flown out to Miami for cruises, yacht trips, asked to build playbooks so the rest of the team could do what I do, whole time being the only Black person, the only woman, and the youngest on the team. Here's some advice you will not hear often. Please be a little bit selfish. Especially in POC and marginalized communities, we're often raised to be community oriented. This is a strength, but it can become a weakness if you're constantly pouring into everyone else's cup and neglecting your own. For example, 5 days after graduation, I relocated from New Haven, Connecticut to Houston, Texas. I didn't ask anybody's permission or opinion, not even my parents. All they got was a courtesy notice. I wasn't gonna give anyone even an inch to insert their doubts or opinions into my head or guilt me into staying because I had a vision for my future that required distance from my past. It doesn't have to be forever. In fact, it shouldn't, but if you grew up like me, the responsible one, the dependable one, everyone relied on to take care of everything, it is so important to carve out a season of life where the only person you're responsible for is yourself. I have to learn to establish those boundaries, and trust me, the growth I have experienced living by myself and for myself Personally, professionally, emotionally, skyrocketed simply because I finally chose me. I've now been in Houston for over a year. My younger sister just came to visit for the first time last week. People might ask, why did it take so long? And it's because I set that hard boundary of, if you're used to me being the planner, the leader, caretaker, the entertainer, any of that, I don't have that capacity right now. The only person I have space to lead is myself, and that's okay, no matter how much I love you. If you're feeling stagnant, it might be because you're watering everyone else's plant while your own is withering. Sometimes being a little selfish is the only way to grow.
One thing I love about men is the fact that when it comes to their happiness, they don't compromise. When it comes to their standard, they don't compromise. If a man is with a woman currently, he's only with her because at that moment, he knows that this is what I can afford. She can manage me, she can tolerate me. But I know that when I have what I am looking for, there is my dream girl I am going to go and pursue. And I don't care what this other woman is going to think about it. I would leave when the time is right. Men are not emotionally attached when it comes to your happiness. A man can be upset with you, his wife, his girlfriend, and go out there and cheat on you without even thinking twice. Because at that moment, that is what makes him happy. Stop thinking about what people will say. Stop putting yourself last and start putting yourself first. Start learning from men. If a man cheats, a woman will make excuses for why he cheats and try to do everything, to bring him home and blame the other woman he cheated with and say, oh, it's the side chick. Oh, it's this one. She was the one that threw herself at my man. Forgetting that your man was fully aware of his actions. But if you mistakenly, I said mistake because you cheat and he finds out, he will never forgive you. He will call you all sorts of names. A man will not compromise his standard. If a man's dream is to get married to a certain type of woman with a body shape, a particular color, complexion, probably it's with a dark-skinned woman, but in his dream girl is a light-skinned woman, he would do everything in his power to go get his dream girl when he has everything he wants. But you are stuck there in a loveless relationship, in a loveless marriage. You're in a relationship where you have other concubines. He has about 4 different girlfriends. You additional, make it 5. You are there. You are seeking for his attention. Pick me, pick me, pick me. You're doing everything to please him so that they pick you. But a man cannot even stand the thought that he is in a competition with another man over you, that you're sleeping with other men and he's also there. He can't stand it. He would rather walk away. You're in a relationship where the man is not taking care of you financially, sexually, emotionally, but you are there simply because you are afraid. What will people say? That I left my man because he does not have money? That I left my man because he cannot satisfy me sexually? That I left my man because he's this? You will start thinking about what people say. But when have you seen a man sat down and say, what will people say if I leave this woman that has been with me since when I had nothing? I built this empire and now I want to go and run off with a 17 or a 20 years old girl and start a family. What will people think? Have you ever seen a man sit down and have this conversation? Because if you have seen, all the second wife marriages you are saying would not have been an issue, because men would be very considerate and say, oh, let me not hurt this good woman that have been with me. Learn to be selfish, ladies. If something is not working for you, walk away. Study men. They don't compromise their standard. If they want a slim woman, they go for a slim woman. So if you want a rich man, why are you not going for a rich man? Oh, I don't want people to think I'm a gold digger. Welcome, Mother Teresa. If you want a man that is sexually this and that, why are you not going for that man? Oh, because I didn't want people to think that you care about what people think as a woman. That is why you were stuck where you are. I made a post about how women that their husband wants to divorce them and they have kids, like 4 or 5 kids, that they should leave the kids with the husband and go establish themselves financially. And then when they know that they are financially stable, emotionally stable to come carry those kids, you come back and carry your kids when you are financially and emotionally stable for that responsibility. And women were in my comment section bashing me left, right, and center and say, oh, I can never do that. Oh, you're saying all of this because you don't have kids yet, because you're not, also of rubbish, because you feel that there is a gold medal that is going to be awarded to you at the end of the year or at the end of your lifetime as the woman that has persevered and endured the most, as a good woman. Do you think there's a medal for good woman? People will listen, she's a good woman, but nothing is attached to that. If you want to be happy in this life, you must shut everything people say around you and focus on your happiness. If they want to say, oh, so now you want to become a divorcee? Yes, I want to become a divorcee because I want to be happy. So you want to leave your relationship? Yes, I want to leave. This man that sent you to school and did everything for you, now you don't want him anymore. Most of you are stuck in situation like that. Oh, he was the one that paid my rent and sent me to school. Now I don't know what to do. I want to marry him because you want to compensate him. But a woman that stayed with a man when he had nothing until he became something, he will leave one day and say that I've found somebody else. There's a couple on TikTok. He just got married to his second wife. I saw the video of the first wife 2 years ago, 2022. She just had a baby. That's 2 years ago. So that baby should be like probably two years plus or a year plus. He still left her with the baby and the other children for his new young wife, and he's posting it on social media. He does not care what people say about him, but you care about what people say about you. That's why you are stuck where you are. Learn from men. If something is not working for you, it's not serving you anymore, walk away. Yes, let people say what they want to say, but your happiness is all that matters. Because you see, a man will go for the woman he wants to go for. Anything you like, see. If you like, swear for him. If you like, curse him and say, he will still do what he wants to do. So why aren't you doing what you want to do? Have a nice day, ladies. I love you. Kisses.
So if you're in your selfish era, this is definitely a video you can relate to. And if you are thinking about getting into your selfish era, keep on watching. I'm currently on my way to get my nails done, and I am just having some thoughts, just some life thoughts. And I'm just thinking about how, like, whenever you start choosing you first, a lot of people get kind of angry about that. Like, they really cannot handle you picking you over them, which is crazy because it's like, this is me we're talking about. Like, if I'm not happy, then how can I make anybody else happy? When you tell people the word no, they get angry about it. And I think it's because they're just so used to the old you. They cannot handle you not being their doormat. They can't handle you not being a yes man. They can't handle you just simply standing up for yourself. They're so used to you sticking by their side no matter what, even if they're wrong. So I'm just thinking about a lot of people and a lot of relationships or friendships and things that did not work out. And I think it's because I changed. You're right. I changed. I no longer do things that don't serve me. I no longer say yes to things that don't serve me. What's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. I'm not in the business of kissing anybody's ass. So that's just my thoughts for today.
A piece of advice that I could give you as well as myself is don't ever let it get to the point where God got to show you. Like, don't ever let it get to the point where the signs are there and you constantly ignoring them. So now God has no choice but to show you.
By the time I was 30, I had already started traveling the world. I had a very successful blog that I had monetized. I was reporting for Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week. I started my own business, multiple businesses. I had hit six figures, multiple six figures by the time I was 35. This was a consistent increase in my income stream, my life experiences. I'd done a lot by the time I was 35. And I would attribute this to my willingness to be selfish sometimes. And what I mean is, like, not only that, not be fearful, not let my fear stop me, and to have a level of selfishness. So, like, I wasn't afraid to be the only woman in the room. I wasn't afraid to be the only Black woman in the room. I wasn't afraid to walk into doors and into spaces that people were telling me I would never be able to walk through, or that I was going to have to work 10 times harder to get into. There's just some level of stubbornness where I was like, I hear what you're saying, but I am not going to internalize that. I don't share that same limiting belief. And so the selfishness is that although I might have had friends or like colleagues or people who were leading me in one direction or telling me I was traveling too much and that I shouldn't do this or shouldn't do that, or I should try to go into certain environments where maybe the average person would be a little bit more comfortable. Instead, I was like, no, I want to do this for me. This is not for everyone else. This is not a groupthink project. This is me pioneering the situation. This is me. I might be the first person in my family to do many things. I'm okay with that. I never had the mentality that I need to do what everyone else is doing. The level of selfishness is in a healthy way that made me really feel like when people were telling me to go left, I wanted to go right. It's not that I wasn't able to take wisdom or counsel. It was that I felt like people were putting me into this space where I felt I should be into this space and further expansion, right? It's going to require a level of selfishness where people might want to pull you in one direction, but you have to think about the vision you have for your life, and you have to just resolve that whatever people are telling you you can and can't do, whatever people are saying, you're going to be uncomfortable because you're going to be the only hazel-eyed person in the room. That's okay. I'm going to show up and I'm going to represent my group, my hazel-eyed group, okay, to the best of my ability. I am going to pioneer this situation. And it requires selfishness, because you will not be able to pay attention to the wants and needs, thoughts, desires, and beliefs of other people. You have to be so convicted in your own vision for your life that it gives you a confidence to move anywhere. And it was that confidence that made me walk into rooms and get opportunities that I only dreamt of. I attribute that to so much of my success in life, is that I stared fear in the face. I had a level of selfishness that allowed me to be a little bit stubborn and not to take in everyone else's beliefs and everyone else's opinions. And that is when I saw real success, and I was able to do exactly what I wanted to do.
Experiences are everything. If you don't prioritize yourself, you'll miss out on moments that could shape your growth, your happiness, and your future. You'll miss out on a lot of stuff. I hope y'all can hear me over this trash can truck. But anywho, you need to be selfish so you can enjoy your experiences, enjoy your life. Go to college. Go travel abroad. Be safe, of course, do your research, but don't just sit here in the same city, the same country, the same continent, at the same job, at the same school, doing the same thing. Please be free if you hear this. I don't care if you're 44. I don't care if you just turned 30. I don't care if you're 35. I don't care if you just turned 55. I don't care if you've been married for 25 years and you just got a divorce. Please go and be free. Experiences are everything. I don't care if you have 7 kids. I don't care if your kids are all grown and doing their own thing, and now you're an empty nester and you're feeling kind of sad. This is your time to be free. Yes, the parents, the people who have kids, early, they probably weren't allowed to be too selfish, especially if you were actually there for your kids and you raised them. But once those kids get bigger and they get some age on them, please go be selfish. Please go enjoy yourself. Please go have the experiences that you didn't get to have when you were younger. And if you don't have kids, please wait. Honestly, please wait. The truth is, people don't care about you unless you're doing something for them. So stop breaking yourself for people who don't do the same for you. It's got to be an equal exchange. Or maybe you might give someone 40% and they come and give you 60%. That's cool too. The next time you might give them 50% and then they give you 20%. So that's cool. But make sure you're getting something out of it when you're exchanging energy, time, money, presence. Just make sure you're getting something out of it. And I also say, don't do the tit for tat stuff. It's just not worth it. You're not a bad person. The person that's done wrong to you is, but you're not. So don't make yourself a bad person for someone else. You can't pour from an empty cup. If you're constantly giving without refilling yourself, you'll end up drained, bitter, and resentful. And we all know. I'm pretty sure a lot of ladies can tell you that bitterness and that resent, oh my goodness, that's one of the worst things you can have. It makes you so ugly. And it comes from not being selfish. It comes from putting everybody before you. It comes from not caring about yourself, putting people above you. It's nothing to deal with. It's nothing to want to deal with. Also, you need to be selfish because your goals matter. I don't care if you're fresh out of high school and you don't know what you want to do. I don't care. You need to be selfish. That's why you need to go off, do your own thing, travel, see how you want to do things. Figure out your life. You don't have to jump right into school. And please don't jump right into school fresh out of high school or fresh out of a divorce or fresh out of a relationship. Fresh after having a kid because you're making a promise to yourself that you're going to do better. Unless you really know what you want to do, don't jump right into school. You need to be selfish with your energy. And that goes for school and jobs and stuff like that. Be selfish with yourself for a moment so you can figure out what you want to do. You got to be selfish with your energy because it helps you stay focused on things that actually move your life forward. Boundaries. That's another reason why you should be selfish. Your boundaries show you how much self-respect you have for yourself. So when you say no, this is how I know if we got some work to do. If you scared to tell people no, you think that's being mean, then you're not selfish enough. You're honestly not selfish enough. You need to get to a point where you feel like you're more important than everyone else around you because you are, even if you have kids, ladies. Even if you have kids or you're taking care of your nieces, your nephews, even if you have responsibility over other people. You need to get to a point where you're saying no. It's not mean. It is completely necessary to protect yourself and to advocate for yourself. So now I'm done with my little TED talk. Thank you for joining. But we do have a few more creators I would love for you all to just sit and listen to and just take notes. You don't have to take notes on this specific topic, but just jot down what comes to mind when you're listening to this. How are you feeling? What's your next move? Because to be honest, when we're listening to motivational things, that's when the best ideas come. And here at Pretty Girl Rich Era, we're all about leveling up, glowing up, growing, getting to the next step, taking rest when we need it. All right, pretty girls, that's all for today's video. I hope this reminded you that being selfish isn't bad. It's actually one of the best things you can do for your growth and your peace. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss another one. And if you're ready If you're really ready to take your next step into glowing up, grab my 30-day glow up journal planner on Amazon. The link is in the description. It's the perfect tool to help you stay consistent, help you be selfish, and intentional on your journey. This is Pretty Girl Rich Era, where we heal, level up, and become the best version of ourselves. See you in the next one.